I recently received some products from Infinity Wax which are branded with Millions. So this is an official collaboration between Infinity Wax and Millions. As someone who grew up with the sweets Millions, and my kids have as well, it was quite an exciting thing. This collaboration means special editions of products which have the Millions scenting. I've got the Apple Pre-Wash product, the Cola Shampoo, the Strawberry Quick Detailer, and the Bubblegum Interior Scent. I'm also going to be working along with another Infinity Wax product because they don't have a wheel cleaner in this range yet, and there may come some newer products with the Millions logos in the future. I don't know, but in the meantime I'm going to use Incinerate Wheel Cleaner because this is one of the most effective sprayable wheel cleaners I've ever used. So stick around, let's check out these products and see how they work out. Now, as you can see, it's a relatively sunny day today, which is nice, but that also means that products could dry out. So I've got my gazebo set up right here. No sides on it, it's just a 3x3. It's just to keep most of the sun off the panels to help try and keep the panel temperatures down, especially because it's a black car, and that means panel temperatures will be much hotter than many other colors. Anyway, first up, the first product here, the Millions Apple Pre-Wash. The instructions on this one are 5:1 dilution ratio for heavy soiling, 10:1 for general use, and 25:1 for the maximum dilution. Well, it's been a while since I've cleaned the Corsa, so I'm going to go for around about 10:1. This is a 1.5 litre pump sprayer bottle, so I'm going to stick in about 150 milliliters into this one. Now, the nice thing with this product is that it's relatively runny. It's not one of these where it's syrupy and thick. It's not. It's actually quite runny, and that makes it very easy to decant into this sprayer here. So I'll tell you one thing, the apple scent, it's there. It's almost like a mixture between the Apple Millions and apple sours. If you've watched my channel before, you know I love apple sours. So it is just a phenomenal smelling product. There we go. Simple as that. And then slap that on there. We'll get that pumped up. I'm going to take you over to the car now, just have a quick look at the state of it. It's not terrible, but it is summertime. It's been a while since I've washed it. We haven't had terrible weather recently, so it's going to be mostly dust and a little bit of light road film. I don't think this is going to have to work too hard for it, but you know, it's worth checking just in case. Have a look at the condition of your car. Always check and work out and see how much filth is actually on there, how much grime. I'm not going to be using a snow foam in this situation, just this, and hopefully the gazebo will help to keep the sun off and keep the temperature of the panels down and stop it from drying out. We'll see how it goes. So you can see the state of the car here. It's not terrible from a distance, but when you look up close, you can see the road film that's there. It's not clean, it's not fantastic. It has build-ups of grime there, so this is all robbing it of reflection. It doesn't look particularly nice there. I can see down the side of the car, there's just this film. As you walk around it, you can see that film there. You can see it's mottling the reflection. It doesn't look as good. Into the sun here, it shows up much more. So yeah, you can see there's a bunch of grime on the roof here. Marks where there's been rain and water on there. So this all needs to come off. I'm going to try and remove as much as I can. Down here, this section of the panel, that's hot because it's in the sun, and up here, this is not. It's warm, but I mean, it's only just barely warm. So the gazebo is doing a good job. Anyway, there's a bunch of grime and bug death on the front there. Let's hit this with the pre-wash. Now I just want to stop and say something here. I don't recommend that you do what I'm doing here. Direct sunlight with pre-wash products is generally a very bad idea. Generally speaking, a lot of them can dry out on your panel and end up causing more issues. If they dry out, they can cause staining. And that means that you're going to have to hit the panel with some stronger chemicals to try and remove that. Maybe even go down the route of actually polishing, machine polishing your panel to get rid of some of those stain marks. Thankfully, I have to admit, today on a bright sunny day, a warm and a little bit windy day, this pre-wash product, the Apple pre-wash, hasn't caused me any problems at all, even though half of the roof was basically in the sun. It wasn't covered by my gazebo because it's not big enough. So that was actually pretty good, but generally speaking, I don't recommend it. But through my testing, I think it's a great idea. I think that works really well for me. So I didn't have to panic about that. I'm gonna let that air dry for a little bit just to see how it gets on, how it dries out, what it looks like afterwards. Does it clear the panel? Does it make the paint cleaner just now? Can I get away with a touchless wash, a contactless wash? I don't know, we're gonna find out. In the meantime, I'm gonna get the buckets ready for the shampoo section, and this will just dry out in the sun, and we'll have a look at it. We'll come back and check out the condition of the paint. Okay, so while the car's drying, we're gonna fill up the car shampoo situation here in the bucket. So this is the Millions Cola car shampoo. I'll tell you now, it smells just like Millions Cola sweets. It smells like cola bottles. If you like those kind of things, you're gonna love this. Also, I'm not sure if it comes across on the camera, but the shampoo is kind of pearlescent in a way. It's really funky looking inside the bottle there. Anyway, the dilution ratios are right here. So if you can see that there, we'll get it nice and close. I'm gonna find it there. 250 to 1 for heavy soiling, 500 to 1 for general use, and 1500 to 1 for the maximum dilution. I have about 15 litres of water in this bucket. So dilute 15,000 millilitres, divide 15,000 millilitres by 501. Those are the number of parts. What you get is basically 30 millilitres. So in a 15-litre bucket, the dilution ratio is about 30 millilitres of shampoo. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up now. And originally, I would have said to you that this is kind of a thick shampoo, but it's not. It's actually relatively runny. And if you're the kind of person like me that likes to fill it up into a measuring device like this to get the right number or the right amount of shampoo in there, it's nice because I can tip most of it out and into the bucket. I will say, however, though, that the most of the shampoo does sink to the bottom of the bucket. So in this situation, you are most likely going to have to dunk your pressure washer down in there to spread the shampoo around and then blast some foam in it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And that's the foam you're going to get from it. It's actually quite luxurious. It's nice. It's a decent foam. It's a stable foam. Right, let's go back to have a look at the car and see the condition of that paint. All right, most of it has dried out, and yeah, there's a finger swipe there. So it hasn't removed everything. It does look a little bit cleaner, but I wouldn't say it has done a massively powerful job. Now, traffic film, road film, that kind of thing that we're talking about here, it doesn't come off easily. You can see there, if I just run my fingers across that, you can see those finger marks. So that hasn't come off, but it does look a little clearer for me, just with the amount of surface dirt that was on there. I'll go nice and wide here. But yeah, there's still some grime on there. It hasn't removed everything. There's still watermarks. It has been months since this car has been washed. So the contact wash is going to remove that film, hopefully. So let's get over to the buckets and get them onto the paint. So I just want to quickly touch on that shampoo, and the one thing I will say is, first of all, the scent is right there all the way through the wash. You can smell the cola, which is lovely, really, really nice experience. The slickness, it's not really slick, it's not under slick, it's somewhere in the middle. It's a nice usable shampoo. And I left the foam, I left a bunch of the suds to dry out on the car. I feel like this gazebo wants to take off in a minute. I let it dry out on the car and I was able to rinse everything off without any issues. So now I need to give the car a dry before I get on to the quick detailer, so I need to use a drying towel. Quick pointer on drying towels. If you have a dry drying towel, you will leave some stuff behind. You will leave some watermarks, things like that. Your best bet is actually to slightly dampen the towel. So I'm going with the widest setting. That's all you need on one side or each side, depending if you've got a double-sided towel or not. You're going to prime the fibers and make them ready to pick up water, much better than just a drying towel that's dry already. Let's crack on. So it's time to add a bit of shine and gloss to the car. First of all, a big thanks to Darren at the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel for donating some of the Rag Company microfibers that he got for being a Rag Company ambassador. So big thanks to you, Darren. Make sure you go and check him out. Check out his YouTube channel. And also I'm going to be using the Millions Strawberry Detailer. Now this one, some people are going to say this is just Infinity Wax's own rapid detailer with a different scent in it, but it's not. They have mentioned that this does have a difference in the formulation compared to their original rapid detailer, which I'm a real fan of. They say that this one has added bits and pieces of maybe gloss and beading. So we're going to try it out. First of all, sniff test, because you know it's Millions and it's strawberry. And it just smells like strawberry Millions, like the nicest strawberry milkshake you've ever smelled. So let's give this a go. That is simplicity in itself. It is such a nice product to use and it smells gorgeous. You just can't help but smell it as you use it. Oh, it's just a joy, an absolute joy. I've said this before, the experience of a product really makes a big difference to how you use it. If it's something you enjoy using because you like the smell or you like the color, it's going to be something that you come back to again and again. And this is just such a pleasure. I want this smell in my nose all the time because it is just so delicious. And I also now want a bag of Strawberry Millions. I actually almost don't need to buff this off because it really just flashes away and disappears as you wipe it over. It doesn't get much simpler than this. Again, the use situation, the usage of it, the experience I get from this means it's one of these spray on and just wipe over until it vanishes. So I don't even need, and I don't remember Rapid Detailer doing that before. So yeah, I think there's been some definite improvement with the product here, and I'm loving it. I'm really digging it. I genuinely don't need to buff that because anything that was there has just flashed away and it's left a super slick finish behind. Very, very slick. Can we use it on glass? Let's find out. Looks like the short story is absolutely. How nice is that? Let's have a look at the water behavior. You saw before at the beginning of the wash there was really good beading and repellency on here. Then after the wash it had been knocked down a bit. It was still good beading, still good repellency. It was sheeting the water nicely. Let's find out how much of an enhancement or not this Strawberry Millions Quick Detailer has made. The beading is very nice. The beading is actually superb. It's really, really nice beading. Look at that. That is lovely beading. The sheeting, I think, is a little bit faster than it was before. Not massively, but yeah. I'd say that's an improvement. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really like bubblegum air fresheners, bubblegum scents. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but because this is not my car, this is my fiancée Natalie's car, and she likes bubblegum scents, I'm going to make sure she gets all of this, and then I'm going to ask her to get in and tell me if she can smell it. Yeah, I'm just going to spray this everywhere. All right, let's see what she thinks.
My car! Like a whole bottle of bloody perfume? Oh.
Is it nice?
It has underlying tones of niceness.
What does it smell like?
Well, there's a hint of bubblegum in there, but then there's also like...
But you like bubblegum.
Yeah, I know, but then there's also like hand sanitizer.
Is it because I sprayed too much?
I think so.
So if I'd gone a bit more gentle, you would have been happier with it.
I think so. Oh, it's easing off now. Yeah, it's nice. It's bubblegum, but God, that was a lot. Yeah, it's nice, but oof. I thought you were trying to choke me, like.
Now, like I said in the intro, the Infinity Wax Incinerate Wheel Cleaner is one of my favorites for being something that you can use in a sprayable format. Now, I'm actually going to use this neat, although it can be diluted according to the instructions on the side, which are 10:1 for general use and 25:1 for its maximum dilution. I'm going to use it neat here because these wheels don't get cleaned very often and there is a bit of yellow staining, and genuinely this is a very, very effective product. Yes, I am using it neat. It's not the most cost effective in that situation. However, sometimes you just want a heavy hitting product. So I'm just going to spray this around the wheels. I'm not doing the tires today. And I'm going to spray this onto my barrel brush and also into the end of this detailing brush as well. Just let me see how we get on with it. Now I know these wheels aren't exactly perfect. They do need a good refurbishing, to be honest, but this cleaner has managed to take out most of that yellow staining in that one hit. So it really is an effective product. I know I haven't got it everywhere. I know there's a few bits and pieces that I could get, but I'm just giving a quick demonstration now that here, with a fairly slapdash application, it can remove that yellow staining far better than some of the other products I have used. So this is definitely a worthwhile product to have in your arsenal. So for the wrap up, what am I going to say about these products? Well, the thing is, I've used Infinity Wax before. I know they make good quality products. I've never had an issue with any one of them before. I also remember saying, this is where I kind of have to backpedal a little bit, in my podcast, which if you haven't listened, go and listen. It's called Specky and Paul Talk Detailing. Myself and my good friend Paul Dolden, we talk about car care and detailing on a fortnightly basis. It's a podcast available for free. You can go and check it out down in the links down in the description box below. However, I did say in a recent podcast that I don't like limited edition products, and these are essentially a limited edition range of products. I don't think the millions branding thing will last forever. With that in mind, I'm happy they did them, because the strawberry scented detailer is just chef's kiss. It's beautiful. It is wonderful to use. It's such a pleasure. The cola shampoo, it's so nice with that cola scent. The apple pre-wash smells really nice, and you can smell it when you're using it on the car, and it seems to do a decent enough job. You could use it maybe a bit stronger, but honestly, it's not something that's designed to rip. It's a pre-wash. It's meant to get rid of some of the base dirt, but it's not a traffic film remover. So I don't expect it to get the car perfectly clean in a contactless situation. There are very, very, very few products that would come anywhere close to that. So keep that in mind. Also, the Incinerate Wheel Cleaner, just absolutely excellent for what it does. It's really good for neglected wheels. If you want to check out the range of products from Infinity Wax, I will leave a link down in the description below. You can go and check them out. Thanks very much to Infinity Wax for sending them over for review. By the way, I also paid for the Incinerate Wheel Cleaner when I was down seeing them at Wax Stock. So make sure, if you want to find out about Wax Stock, listen to the podcast that is coming up. It may already be out by the time you watch this video, but be sure to check it out anyway. It's a good one. In the meantime though, if you've enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, helpful, interesting in some way, then please go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video uploads. In the meantime, I've been Specky. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.